Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we're here with a bang.
Same thing then.
In today's video, and you need a huge dollop of imagination. This is the wow bit, isn't it?
Oh, it's good.
I'm confused.
Expect a forced sales pitch. Is it good value for money?
In today's video we're going to explore that castle. We're going to have a bit of food here, a cream tea maybe, and we're going to explore the rest of the site. What else is there to see? Is it worth a visit? And a super secret at the end of this video to save you money on your entry fee. Pendennis Castle is managed by English Heritage and has approximately 74,000 visitors every year. So let's see what they're saying on Tripadvisor and Google reviews. Overall, it scores well on Tripadvisor at 4.5 stars out of a possible 5. All appears to be good, but let's take a closer look at what people are saying. Excellent little castle.
Fair price and worth a visit.
Nice place, but should be half the price.
Overpriced.
Disappointing.
Expect a forced sales pitch.
Pendennis Castle is an artillery fort constructed by Henry VIII near Falmouth in Cornwall, England, between 1540 and 1542. It actually formed part of the King's defence programme against invasion from the Holy Roman Empire, France and Spain. It defends the Carrick Roads, which is an important waterway near Falmouth. There's nothing negative said about the parking. Parking is free, it's near the site, and blue badge holders can actually park within the castle grounds.
Some common themes of the negative reviews include overpricing, pushy sales staff, and feeling disappointed. Firstly, let's look at the ticket prices.
On the gate admission for an adult is £18, with a family ticket at £47. Online tickets can be booked and you receive a 10% discount. Membership is available, which brings us back to the Tripadvisor comments.
Karen R., who visited in June 2023, said disappointed. She'd visited English heritage sites on many occasions and never experienced so many over-eager salespeople. She could only liken it to timeshare sales touts.
Amanda C. leaves a comment saying, gorgeous castle, shame about the hard sell. She goes on to explain that they were taken into a room by an incredibly pushy English heritage saleswoman who proceeded to repeatedly tell us how expensive our visit would be.
So YOLO from London gave this 1 out of 5 and said expect a forced sales pitch to purchase English Heritage membership. They visited in June 2023. They said, sadly, we turned away and decided not to go in due to a very annoying and forceful older gentleman working at the entrance. We were not expecting a 20-minute sales pitch to buy English Heritage membership.
Just as a bit of additional information, annual membership to English Heritage for a couple is currently £120 as advertised on their website. Bear in mind that entry on the gate to Pendennis Castle is £18 per adult or £36 for a couple, which means you need to visit several sites to get your money back. So this was our experience on the day. The couple in front of us were from Australia on holiday in Cornwall. And guess what happened?
Okay, we do have a membership option, that's why I'm just mentioning, and it's cheaper to get the membership than visit here in Tintagel, and most people visit the two places. Where's Tintagel? On the north coast.
Clearly the lady is asking where Tintagel Castle is. So going back to those comments, is this pushy? Is this like timeshare sales touts? Anyway, moving on. There are loads of good 4 and 5 star reviews saying what a lovely day people have at Pendennis Castle. So we're going to take a look around the keep. I think we're going to take on a guided tour. That's at 11:30.
Okay.
And see how it goes.
Yeah, and a lot of people have said online, we were looking on Tripadvisor, a lot of people are recommending the tours by the guys.
Do the tours.
The tour is a free tour.
It's part of your
Part
entry.
of your entry fee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to join that at 11:30. Are we going to do a freestyle wander through first?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. After crossing the granite drawbridge, we entered the Fore building. This is where the apartments of the commanding officer were, who in Tudor times was one of the Killigrew family of Falmouth. There are some signage boards around that do give you a little bit of information, background history, that sort of thing. that trapdoor.
Trapdoor?
Trapdoor for the dungeon.
Oh, where's the lever? She's back.
And on into the Garrison Room. This large octagonal room was originally designed as a gun floor like that above. During construction, the design of the castle was adapted and the external chemise, which took over the role of the gun floor, was built, meaning that this room became the living area for the garrison, although the features of the room reflect its original gun room purpose. This is very bare.
Pardon?
It's very bare.
It is
plain.
very bare, isn't it?
You need a huge dollop of imagination, don't you, to see it as it was?
Yeah.
I
narrow, isn't it?
really don't like those stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrid. So this is the
This
kitchen.
is the original kitchen, yeah.
And we're underground.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay, so you've got a big fireplace to tell you it's a kitchen with a bread oven, presumably over there. Oh, I thought that was lit to outside. Silly me, it's got a light in it. And should we look up the chimney? I don't think there's anything to see. No, that was very silly, Sarah.
I know it's impossible to come out on camera, but it really smells quite musty down here,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it does. It smells very stale.
Yeah, it's a damp smell, isn't it? But you are up literally under the ground here, aren't you?
Yeah.
These windows from the outside are literally just off ground slightly. This is quite deep, isn't it?
It is. I'm not a fan, though. And the thought of carrying food up those twisty, windy, horrid stairs, I think they'd have to come down for their food, so you'd probably serve it maybe the other side of this wall.
That's a good idea.
Take your hunk of bread, use it as a bowl,
Like buffet service.
get your pottage, pottage shoved in your lump of bread, and off you go. And this is what you think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Sometimes known as a long drop.
Right. You wouldn't want to be under that, would you? No.
In this room, the upper gun room, it's very similar to downstairs, except we now have some cannons on carriages, and there is a toy cannon just for the children. This was the captain's bedroom, complete with ensuite bathroom, in the loosest sense of the word. And in this room, you can see the top of the portcullis, the original portcullis for the castle. Isn't it amazing? There's lots of quirky little things in the castle, like this room. It just seems to have a window. And it must have had something sliding in that slot to have it cut out of the granite, but nobody seems to know what. My favourite thing, this slit where you can see the stairs and fire at your enemy. To enjoy this place, you do need to take a tour. I agree with the Tripadvisor comments. We've just done the tour. It was superb.
Which is to be only by the Luftwaffe. We were attacked 12 times. The Helmut River.
And you need a huge dollop of imagination because it's very bare and very plain. Not only was the castle bare and plain, but we noticed it looked a little bit tired. Needed a little bit of TLC. This is the special bit to me. Out on the roof, at these views all the way around. Stunning.
A lot of people say online, when we looked at those Tripadvisor comments, that this was their favourite bit of the day,
Yeah.
views from the top of the castle.
This is the wow bit,
It is,
isn't it?
isn't it? It's great, you can actually come right up to the top and you've got a fantastic view.
Yeah, it's just stunning, isn't it? So love it up here, and this is the most difficult place to get to in the castle because that windy little staircase is quite tricky. There's actually 2 staircases in the castle, and if you use the one nearest to the portcullis, that's actually a bit wider, a bit easier to navigate. So this is a lovely old book, The History of Cornwall from 1880. It's actually my great-granddad's copy. And it says of Pendennis that it was built on a high point of land almost surrounded by sea. The Danes seized it in early times and raised a rough fortification. Then Henry VIII came along and started to build the nucleus of a stone castle here. His daughter Queen Elizabeth greatly strengthened and enlarged the castle and appointed a governor. So Sir Nicholas Slanning was governor under Charles I, but when he fell at Bristol, the governorship was conferred to John Arundel of Trerice, who's from a prominent Cornish family. Pendennis was defended by this brave old man, then nearly 80 years of age, against the parliamentary forces under Fairfax, besieging it by sea and land. The garrison made gallant sallies and held out for 6 months. But having consumed all their provisions and made pasties of their horses, cats and dogs, they suffered so grievously from hunger that they were forced to capitulate. They, however, received a most honourable conditions of surrender, and the enemy being deceived by their bold bearing, Pendennis was the last fortress held for the king on the mainland and is still a royal garrison today. That's what was written back then.
Gosh, that's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's obviously talking about the Civil War time.
So that would have been 1644, something like that. And it wasn't until 1660 that Charles II was put back on the throne in England. So yeah, we're talking a long time ago, and it's about 100 years after Henry VIII. But I think that's the only time that we found where there was any kind of threat to the fortification itself. Every other time the Spanish Armada sailed on by and several other Spanish attempts sailed on by, so it was never physically threatened until the Civil War.
I'm just going to come into shop there a minute because I was actually doing a little bit of research on this.
Okay.
And when that siege was going on in the Civil War,
Yeah.
they reckon there was 1,000 people here at Pendennis, 800 troops,
Yeah.
and 200 women and children were living here. And that siege went on for 6 months.
Yeah.
And they were all, basically, they just starved them out.
Well, the bit that I found fascinating reading from here was that they made pasties out of their cats, dogs and horses.
I know. Can you imagine?
No!
Oh, but the conditions must have been dreadful, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It does beg a
Yeah.
question, what does a horse pasty taste like?
Oh no, don't go there.
Oh,
No,
well,
end of
I
conversation.
was going to go with dog pasty, but I thought that might be...
Okay, let's go and have a look in the castle.
Do you think they still do cat pasties here? Can have a look in the restaurant.
Stop. So, cream tea was £5.95. Can of Coke was £2.40, I think, from memory. And Americano is £3, so it's not expensive. And that looks pretty good, doesn't it?
What do we got?
Coffee and cake. Gluten-free lemon drizzle.
So I've gone for a traditional Cornish cream tea. You do get an option to have a cup of tea or you can have a coffee. I've gone for a coffee. But what do you get for your money? So I've paid £5.95 for this. So obviously we've got the coffee. I've got one large plain scone.
Yep.
I think it was a choice between plain and fruit
yes,
scones.
yes,
I've got some strawberry jam.
yes.
And I've got
A
pot
punnet of cream.
Rodder's clotted cream. So first impressions, looks reasonable.
Yeah.
Would like to say, so it's quite early in the morning. It feels slightly warm, but that feels quite hard to me.
Oh.
Come in. We'll see how we get on anyway.
Break it open, let's have a
I just
look.
wonder whether it's today's or not.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at.
Let's have a look again. Should break apart. Okay. Oh, sorry, okay. So it's quite hard on the outside.
Yes.
But it is soft in the middle.
And that's because it is today, so
It is
it's
today.
freshly baked,
Okay.
and it has just come off the baker's wagon.
Shall I
hasn't it?
smell it and check?
Oh yes.
Oh yes, that is. Yeah, you can definitely tell that's just been baked today.
Brilliant.
Good, okay. So
Go
it's fresh.
on, dollop it up then.
Cream first. Hang on, how do you do this? I get so
Hang on,
confused.
hang on. You're in Cornwall.
So I've made my cream tea. Golden rule, jam first if you're in Cornwall. So that's looking alright, isn't it?
Go on, try it.
Alright, which one should I go for first?
Oh, just try it.
Here we
Just
go.
do it.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Very nice.
My cream tea was lovely. It's really nice.
Did notice in the cafe that they're promoting a bite off your meal, bite off something. I can't remember the exact phrase they used, but it says £5 off if you keep this receipt until September, October. So I'm wondering if it's a meaningful offer, because if you're anything like me, I'm going to lose this little bit of paper.
So what they're saying is if you spend £20 or more in June, July and August, if you then come back in September and October, you get £5 off.
No, it's the other way around actually. It says you get £5 off when you spend £20 or more in September, October, and you get the voucher during June, July and August.
Ah, right, okay.
So there's no minimum spend to get the voucher, it's just on your till receipt.
All right, don't lose that receipt.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So,
when we
it's a
come
long
back in
time to
September,
wait.
I can have £5 off another cream tea.
Well, no, because you won't qualify, you won't spend 20 quid. It's getting very complicated, so I wonder if it's a meaningful offer.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
I'm confused.
If you've never watched one of our videos before, then welcome to our channel. If you enjoy Cornwall and you like walking, then please consider subscribing. We upload a video most Fridays about Cornwall and days out.
The Royal Garrison Artillery Barracks was erected between 1900 and 1902. This imposing building was a barracks and headquarters for the 105th Regiment of the Royal Garrison Artillery. When we visited, we found that upstairs within the barracks was an exhibition. It was called Fortress Falmouth and the First World War. At the outbreak of the First World War in 1914, the whole town of Falmouth was placed onto a war footing as a defended port, and Pendennis Castle was called into action as the military headquarters. The exhibition explores many aspects of Falmouth's time as a defended port. It brings to life the challenges of living in a coastal fortress with photographs, artefacts and first-hand accounts of soldiers stationed in Falmouth. Let's take a look around the rest of the site and some of the other reviews.
Nathan Darcy left a comment 6 months ago saying the talking telescope wasn't working. That's kind of cool. Talking telescope. This is interesting. Okay, what does it tell me to do? Push button for commentary. Okay. Yeah. Let's just look through there instead. It doesn't work anymore.
Oh no,
Sad face.
you've broken it.
No! So Henry VIII started the stone buildings at this site as fortification for the River Fal. And that continued over the centuries, and you've got a variety of different types of fortification on this site that you can wander around, as well as the keep over there. So some World War II gun emplacements, and there's some Napoleonic gun emplacements. The 9-gun battery, I believe from memory, is Napoleonic. Yep, so there's no signage here to tell me what I'm looking at.
Brings us back to the reviews. Nicola R said it would have been nice to have a few more boards with detailed history.
On the negative side, there weren't many information signs, and it left us guessing as to what we're looking at.
On Google reviews, Andre Bidigan said the place would benefit from having an online audio guide or QR codes to read or listen to find out more about its history.
So let's just wander up here. Judging by the age of it, or the design of it should I say, I think this looks 20th century. I'm going to hedge my bets whether it's First or Second World War. Andrew's having a good look. Perhaps there'll be a helpful little notice board to tell us.
What's down there? We'll never know. We're not allowed in.
But there is, again, no signage, so I don't know what I'm looking at here. I don't know what era this concrete platform battery would have been put in. A signpost. Brilliant. Shop cafe. Royal Artillery Barracks, which is the museum. Oh, no! It's raining! Retreat! Retreat!
It's Cornish in.
I know, it's raining! Okay, should we try that again? Oh, it's still spitting. So here is a sign, and we want to try to get to the Half Moon Battery now, which is the Second World War defence. Just before we head down the tunnel, looks like you can actually get down to this one. My goodness me, that is one monster of a gun. Good. Wow. Okay, so it says it's the disappearing gun. So that's a reconstruction drawing. Right. Clever idea, clever weapon, but I'm not sure if that is an example of it. So, does that sign relate to that gun? I'm confused. You're going to make me do it all over again?
Well, I don't know what you've done.
Well, I don't know what I've done either.
That's because I disappeared.
Yeah.
I was like the gun.
So we come to the conclusion. This sign is just telling you about a marvellous invention of a disappearing gun that used the recoil action to bring it down underground, reloaded, and then that held energy brought it back up again, and it could fire again. So it went down, got reloaded, and went back up again. However, that gun's not here. You've got an unknown gun here. And then you've got a building. This is a cloakroom.
What's your point?
Sort it out. Help me understand what's here. Here we are. Explore. Scan the QR code. Yes. Wow. Oh, okay. Perhaps this is the way we do Pendennis. I'm so confused.
Why?
Because this QR code tells you about the Half Moon Battery.
Right.
And it's on this building.
Yeah.
But you've got to take a tunnel to the Half Moon Battery. And we know where that is.
Okay.
So that's on the wrong building. Hopefully they've got another one down there.
Well, what's that above you? It says tunnels to Half Moon Battery.
Yeah.
There's a date there, 1894.
Yeah.
It must be down for a view, isn't it?
Yeah, but why is it there?
Oh, there's probably another one down there as well.
Half Moon Battery. Okay. During the Second World War, 2 6-inch guns formed part of the artillery defences of Falmouth. Brilliant. So this is the Half Moon Battery. Gosh, it does look thrown up, doesn't it? Classic war style. Lasted so long for being absolutely chucked together. Okay, so here's the gun emplacement. The comments online say the World War II tour is excellent, but the day we went it wasn't happening, and with no further QR code to scan, we left this area pretty quickly.
Something else I can't find a sign about, which has got me wondering. Again, it might be on a QR code, we'll have to have a little look. Did they employ local miners to dig this tunnel out?
Even if you found chisel marks, it wouldn't tell you who made them, would it?
It's very roughly done though, isn't it?
Yeah. Perhaps it was...
It's quite steep as well.
Yeah.
It smells of piss.
Yeah, it actually it does. And the other one smells of poo.
You must have a keener sense of smell than me. Okay.
And now for our money saving tip. Before going to Pendennis, we joined Cornwall Heritage Trust. It's a charity that looks after ancient sites in Cornwall. Annual membership for 2 adults is £30 a year. Anyone can join. With this membership, you can go to English heritage sites in Cornwall free of charge. All of the details are on Cornwall Heritage Trust's websites. And you don't need to wait for the card. All you need to do is produce the email to prove you've paid for membership of Cornwall Heritage Trust. Now let's look at how much a visit to Pendennis Castle would cost if you turn up impromptu at the gate. £18 each to get in, that's £36, and we spent £32 on food. So we've paid £68 for half a day's entertainment, and we haven't been in the gift shop yet. So if you wanted to treat yourself now, you could probably add on a little bit more. Kiddies' toys, aren't they cute? Oh.
That one's free, there's no price on it.
£10 for a shield.
Okay.
£9 for a little sword.
£14.50 for a big sword.
Oh,
How much is the bow and arrow then?
You want a bow and arrow? You always want something awkward, don't you? It's caught in the netting.
I think it says 30.
What do you think?
£30 for a bow and arrow is quite expensive. If you've got 2 kiddies with you and they both decide they want that.
2 little boys want a bow and arrow
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, maybe. Well, that's up to you guys, isn't it? It's a discretionary spend.
Yeah.
I think Pendennis is superb for anybody involved in Tudor history, that enjoys Tudor history, that enjoys military history. It's a fantastic place to come and stroll around. You'll get a lot out of it, especially if you know your stuff. So we've had a half day
We have.
in Pendennis Castle. So we set out to discover, is it a fun day or disappointing?
I'd say it's an interesting half day.
Yes. Slightly, you do need to do the tour. The comments online are completely right. Do the tour, brings it alive, and then you aren't disappointed.
Yeah, if you're going around and you haven't done the tour, it's quite hard to understand what you're looking at.
Yeah.
There are a few signs. Some of them are looking a little bit tired and things like that. It just needs a little bit of updating.
And
possibly.
I think they need thinking through, because they don't always relate to what you're looking at.
Yeah, and you've got 500 years of military history here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot to see.
Fantastic, but it's just a little bit disappointing unless you do the tour, because it doesn't explain itself.
So let's talk about the money first of all. We've had a meal here today. We've actually had a cream tea, which I think we've probably put into the video.
Yeah.
I thought the food was really good quality.
Yes,
it was nice, and I don't think it was
Reasonably
particularly
priced.
expensive, and I don't think it was particularly cheap. It was reasonable.
Yes, I agree. Parking, it's here, it's free, and it's nearby.
Right. So the crunch question: if you've paid to come into here,
Yeah.
and for your half day potentially, is it good value for money?
I'm a little bit disappointed. I feel as though I wanted more. I'm left wanting to understand more, so no.
Okay, that's fine.
A CWT Tripadvisor score for me would be 3 out of 5.
Right, and I would go 3 out of 5, but if you get onto a guided tour, I'd probably upgrade that to probably a 4.
Totally agree. Yeah, so get a guided tour. It improves the experience you have here.
So combined score then 3.5. 3.5 out of 5 on a CWT Tripadvisor score. Pendennis Castle.
And don't forget to get your Cornwall Heritage Trust membership.
If you've enjoyed our video today, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. We give you a video every week on a Friday somewhere in Cornwall. It's either a walk or we visit somewhere like this. Let us know what you thought about our video today. Pop it in the comments.
As a disclosure, we have paid for everything ourselves in this video. None of it's been gifted.